Welcome everyone to Lulah Hills. Today is a pretty amazing day, and as evidenced by this crowd braving this really, really hot weather. In our business, sometimes we have good days, and sometimes we have bad days, and then sometimes we have days that are 20 years in the making, and we get to have some fun and tear some stuff up. So on that note, and on behalf of the entire Edens team, we appreciate you all being here and being a part of us celebrating Demolition Day here to make way for Lulah Hills. Today is the culmination of over 20 years of redevelopment efforts by so many under this tent to reshape this very important 73-acre site in DeKalb County. This community, excuse me, this community held firm to a vision for this place that would bring increased economic and social vitality and strengthen connectivity amongst their neighbors. They wanted a place that would enrich their community in a way that North DeKalb Mall did in its earliest days some 60 years ago. Today is the start of that new beginning so many of you worked so hard for. In the early 1960s, the population of Metro Atlanta was just under 1 million people. The Braves were still in Milwaukee, and the executives of Rich's department store sought out a location, one of their first out-of-downtown locations for the storied department store. They partnered with a developer to create a pioneering and unique retail experience, and in 1965, North DeKalb Mall opened as the first fully enclosed air-conditioned mall in Metro Atlanta. Today, our trade area is just under 1 million people. The Braves have a couple of World Series, and we are fortunate enough to have the generational opportunity to recreate something as pioneering, unique, and special for this community for the next 75 to 100 years. That could be an applause, guys. Thank you, CEO. Working collaboratively with this community and our retail partners, the elected county leadership, the staff of the county, many of you are here today and have been amazing to work with, and most recently the great team at DCTV, who are doing so much across the county. We are proud to be here today to start the next chapter of this great community story. With us today, we have several of the folks that help make today possible, and are going to be here to offer a few words here momentarily. DeKalb County CEO Michael Thurmond, DeKalb President Dorian DeBar, District 6 Commissioner Ted Terry, District 2 Commissioner Michelle Long Spears, as well as Edens CEO Jody McLean. Sorry, before I go any further, I have to recognize one very important person, and that's former Commissioner Jeff Rader. Where's Commissioner Rader? Jeff served this community with distinction for 16 years. We got to know him through our work at Lulah Hills down the street. Working with a planner that became an elected official can sometimes be a bit challenging for a developer, but his insight and his intellect were always welcome to the table. And in many ways, it's through that relationship and that mutual respect that we stand here today. We would not be here without Jeff Rader and his support and tireless efforts to get us here. Let's roll round of applause for Jeff Rader one more time. I think we also may have State Representative Amani Barnes here with us today. We appreciate her being here. In addition, we have DeKalb Board of Commissioners Presiding Officer and DeKalb Board Member Robert Patrick, as well as DeKalb Commissioner Steve Bradshaw. Thank you all for being here. I think that means we have a quorum, right, CEO? Marita David Johnson, yes, Presiding Officer. Thank you very much for being here. I missed her in the Clemson Orange over there, CEO. We definitely have a quorum of commission now. So I have not seen former Commissioner Lorraine Cochran-Johnson, but I think she may be on the way, and we look forward to a wonderful partnership with her come December, potentially when she becomes our next CEO. I also need to recognize a lady that I have not seen yet today. Is Teresa Same here? There she is. I knew you wouldn't miss this. Y'all notice she got way more applause than any of the politicians. I need to recognize Teresa for her work leading the Cross Neighbors group. That group was a group of volunteer community members who provided lots. You know, there's a lot into these projects. There's a lot of passion into these projects. And obviously you're seeing some of that come out. Her group provided tremendous input, history, insights, all the previous attempts of over the last 20 years in making today happen. She navigated that craziness and intensity of one of the county's largest rezonings with a grace and a calmness that I know I didn't have along the way, but I appreciate all it took for you to lead that effort, to take all the feedback from your neighborhoods, all the different requests, sort through all that, and execute at a high level for your community. She deserves another round of applause. Thank you, Teresa. All right, I'm going to shut up here pretty quick, but before I do, before I move to the introduction of guests, I would like to say a huge thank you to our entire Eden's development team, both internal and external, that are here today. Let's have a round of applause for them. So many of you have poured your heart, architects, engineers, I even saw some brokers here, our GCs, our demo teams, our subcontractors, and most importantly, the Eden's team themselves. You've poured so much into this project the last couple of years, long hours, shortened vacations. We had some maternity leaves along the way. I'm very fortunate to get to work with some of the best in the business. And I'm honored to be a part of your team. Thank you for your passion and your intellect and what you bring to this project. Thank you very much. So at this time, I would like to ask District 2 Commissioner Michelle Long Spears to come forward. Commissioner Spears was elected to fill the seat vacated by Jeff Rader. Big shoes to fill, and she has been a tremendous advocate of this project since the very beginning. Commissioner Spears.
Thank you, Herbert. Whoa, the mic. There we go. I'm not quite as tall as him. And honestly, Herbert, you were making me thirsty up here. So I'm glad that my comments are short. Ladies and gentlemen, community members, and esteemed guests, my name is Michelle Long Spears, and I proudly serve as your District 2 Commissioner. Before I get started, I'd like to introduce the District 2 team, the ladies who make the magic happen. Caroline Enlow. Woo! Beth Ganga. Woo! And Sonia Tyler. These ladies are amazing, and they make me look good. So one big round of applause for all of them. Thank you. Thank you all for being with us today to celebrate. Saying goodbye is never easy. And as we stand before North DeKalb Mall, we are reminded of its 60-year legacy in our community. This mall has been more than just a place for shopping and entertainment. It has been a hub of activity, memories, and connections for generations. Today, we honor that history as we embark on an exciting new chapter with the development of Lulah Hills. Woo! This transformation represents a bold vision for our future, one that has been shaped by the voices, desires, needs, and dreams of our community. DeKalb's leadership has worked tirelessly in collaboration with Decide DeKalb and Eden's to bring this vision to life. When a previous developer's proposal for large resale and isolated apartments failed, we decided to go in another direction. The vision that we developed for this project is because of you. We listened and we heard you, all of you. Those of us that called DeKalb home made it clear that you wanted an urban, mixed-use development that fosters connectivity, sustainability, and vibrancy. And that we're gonna get. Woo! In response, Eden stepped up to the challenge, presenting a plan that truly reflected our collective goals to ensure the highest standards and the best possible outcome under the leadership of my predecessor, Commissioner Jeff Rader. One more hand for him. We enlisted an experienced architectural firm to review and refine the plan. We emphasized the inclusion of multi-use trails to link our neighborhoods, the preservation of our beautiful floodplain as a green space, and the creation of internal transit stops to enhance commuter access. The mixed-use nature of Lulah Hills will help reduce peak traffic demand, and don't we need that, right? Our multi-use trail system will allow pedestrians, cyclists, and users of light electric devices to access the development from as far as the Clifton Corridor and Druid Hills Middle School without the need to travel on busy roads. Future expansions of these trails will connect Clarkston, Leafmore, Sagamore Hills, and other neighbors, offering alternatives, congestion-free routes through scenic, beautiful, wooded areas. This project took a village, a true community effort. Neighborhood representatives led by the amazing Teresa Same. Wave your hand again. Woo! We owe so much to you, Teresa. From Medlock Park, Claremont Heights, Decatur Heights, Laurel Ridge, Shamrock, North Hills, Homewood, and other neighborhoods worked collaboratively with each other and the commissioners to influence and shape this project. Public hearings also brought additional voices and perspectives into the discussion. The feedback from these town halls significantly impacted the project's direction, ensuring it aligned with the community's desires and needs. Today, as we commence the demolition of North DeKalb Mall, we do so with gratitude and love for its past. And we wholeheartedly embrace the boundless opportunities of Lulah Hills to be a significant economic engine for our area, bringing new opportunities, jobs, homes, shops, restaurants, and so much more to this community. We thank Edens, and we thank you and everyone else who has been engaged on this project for their commitment and enthusiasm in helping us realize this dream and this vision for our community. Together, we are not just building new structures and infrastructure. We are building stronger, more connected, vibrant, thriving communities. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
And get out of your
Oh,
way.
you're good. You're good. Kind of an awkward setup. Before I introduce our next speaker, I would like to formally recognize Commissioner Lorraine Cochran-Johnson, our future CEO-elect. There is a tremendous amount of work still to be done on this project for years to come. We look forward to a fantastic partnership with you. Thank you for being here and being a part of this. Our next speaker is Commissioner Ted Terry, Super District 6. Commissioner, if you could come forward. Commissioner was right there to roll up his sleeves from the very beginning, always pushing us to the envelope, to the end of the envelope on sustainability issues. Commissioner Terry.
Thanks, Herbert, and welcome everyone. I am so excited to be here today because it is many years in the making, as Herbert pointed out. Actually, when I first moved to DeKalb County over 15 years ago, I lived in the Medlock Park neighborhood, and I came to the AMC, North DeKalb Mall, for many, many years, and I still do, Herbert, and I look forward to continuing in the future. It's been so great to meet and reconnect with so many neighbors who have told stories. I met a neighbor just walking up who said that their grandmother used to work at this Riches many years ago. And I really hope and I believe and I know that as this development moves forward, that new memories will be created, that new connections will be formed, that the neighborhood that was brought together through this suburban mall for many, many years will take it to the next level. And as my colleague, Commissioner Long-Spears, pointed out, so many great features that the community really wanted, advocated for, and through the work of myself, Commissioner Jeff Rader, now Commissioner Long-Spears, we'll continue to advocate for the walking and biking accessibility, for the sustainability features, for the stormwater protections. We were just talking earlier, Herbert, that there is a stream running under the North DeKalb Mall. And so the impacts of this development, because it is such a green development, I believe will not only improve the community at large, but the environmental attributes and our overall environment here in DeKalb County. One other thing I wanted to just point out, and Herbert and Michelle also mentioned it, but there was a lot of proposals that came to this site before Eden showed up. And sometimes it's kind of hard as commissioners, because when communities look at a space that has been underutilized, or in this case, what they call a dead or dying mall for many years, sometimes there's a rush. We'll just take anything better than what we've got, which is not very much. But because my predecessor, Commissioner Kathy Gannon, Commissioner Rader, held the line, they said, you know what, that's not quite right. This is not exactly what the community wants. We're going to just wait until the right one comes along. And so when Eden showed up, made that gamble in a way, because y'all moved forward on buying this place before you knew exactly what you were going to get. But that good faith from them and all the partners here laid the groundwork for this development to come to fruition. Last group individuals I want to recognize is our planning department, because they worked hand in hand with our offices, with Eden's, with DCTV to craft all of the zoning conditions, all the little nitty-gritty details that go into developments, where sidewalks go, where green spaces go, the housing types, all of that. And of course, the planning department will be working over the next 10 years to ensure that the vision comes to fruition. So let's just give a round of applause to our planning department. We have Cedric Hudson, our director, Brandon White back there in the back, Rachel Bragg, Andrea Folgarts, Sylvia Smith, the whole team. Thank y'all so much. And I look forward to grabbing that sledgehammer and taking a whack. Herbert, thank y'all very much.
Yeah, there were a few sleepless nights during that rezoning, Commissioner. One or two. Next, DCTV, for those of you that don't know the role they play in this community, you should know it, because they are advocating on behalf of the community in a big, big, big way. DCTV has been a tremendous partner in helping to realize the promise of this project. I know there's several members of the board here today and staff, and so we thank you all for being here and for all that you do for the county and specifically this project. And on behalf of DCTV, Dorian DeBar.
Good morning, DeKalb County. Happy to see you all. Happy to see you all. So, as president of DCTV, I'm honored to stand before you all today. And I'll tell you all briefly, my original comments would center around, were to center around, my history with this mall, my time in my earliest memories as a child, my time as a young man in this mall, as well as my time with my children in this mall, my three amazing daughters, one of which is sitting right here, and she has so much to say on the ride over here, Taylor DeBar. But beyond my personal connections, today represents a powerful message that needs to be made clear. DeKalb County, Georgia has arrived. A powerful message. DeKalb County, Georgia has arrived. And how we arrived at this point is no easy feat. It may look easy, we're all celebratory right now, but there have been years of conversations to get here. Across America, communities grapple with how to revive once thriving assets into 21st century spaces that resonate with the community, are vibrant, employ members of the community who are super important as to what we do, and act as a true destination for all to enjoy. My friends here in DeKalb County, we have locked and unlocked the code. We have cracked the code on how can you take a North DeKalb Mall and revitalize it into something that is amazing and mixed use for the community. And we will witness the first complete teardown and redevelopment of a mall into a mixed-use destination in the history of Metro Atlanta. That is something to be excited about. So as your economic developer, I really need to emphasize this. This achievement stems from partnerships and strong leadership, all intentional. Years of meetings involving my county commissioners, so thank you, Michelle Long Spears. Thank you, Commissioner Ted Terry. The exceptional Decide DeKalb team, I have a phenomenal team, as well as board of directors, so thank you all. Also, County Attorney Vivian Ernst, as well as her staff. The highly capable Edens team. A lot of people don't know this, only a select few know. I've worked with Edens and Herb in the past. I already knew what was going to happen when he opened the door. COO Zach Williams, DeKalb County staff, and CEO Michael Thurmond. So thank each and every one of you. And so let me pause here before, as I talk about CEO Michael Thurmond. CEO, we have accomplished a significant amount together. So many milestones for the entirety of DeKalb County. Central DeKalb, South DeKalb, as well as North DeKalb. Every single point in time you have challenged me as I've sat in this position as president of Decide DeKalb. This is a tremendous honor, folks. You have challenged me. You have always said, let's put the people of DeKalb County first, but also let's put infrastructure first. Why is that important? Buildings cannot stand on stable or rocky ground. We need infrastructure. Our investment into this development in the tune of $70 million is an investment in the infrastructure which is necessary for this development and other development that we have seen and that we have encouraged throughout DeKalb County. So I'm truly grateful to you, CEO, and thank you. In closing, folks, DeKalb County is open for business. I love to say that. We are open for business. We are ready. Through Decide DeKalb, we've accomplished historical milestones over the past 5 years, and we have more history to make. As we eagerly anticipate the grand opening of Lulah Hills, we are also setting the standard for what successful and collaborative partnerships and economic development looks like for the region, and that is something truly to be proud of. So thank you all, and CEO-elect, let's continue this remarkable journey together. So thank you.
Thank you, Dorian. Next, I'd like to ask our Eden CEO to come forward, Jody McLean. Jody has been at the helm of Eden's for a while, and she is the one that challenges us to keep going when we think things are maybe unattainable, and to keep pushing ourselves. And we certainly wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her and her leadership and her vision. So, Jody McLean.
I would like to ask the whole Eden's team, there's a lot of us here today, to come on up. Come on, Herbert. A huge part of that team, you'll see a lot of people, but a huge part of this team actually is Catherine, Elizabeth, Whit. You guys got to come join us. All right, now come up here. You can't leave us alone. Come on. Come on, where's Whit? Whit, come on up here. Where's Elizabeth? Come on up here. I think, where's Catherine? Hello, Elizabeth. Wow. I saw Herbert get a little emotional, and maybe I'll just follow the lead there, Herbert. I don't want you to feel left out. It's really important that you see this, and that you see a commitment to this community. You don't just hear it, you just don't see it on a plan, but this is what it takes to create a vision. It takes incredible leadership, but this is what it takes to put together a vision and then to bring it to life. The good news, I can tell you, this group has done it before. They're experienced, they're practiced, they're ready, they're passionate. They are grateful to be a part of your community. They're not bringing in their past experience. They're here to collect and synthesize and learn about this community and work collaboratively. And that's, I think, what you've heard. That's exactly what we want to do with DeKalb. with our neighbors, with our broader community. We've thought long and hard how you connect. It's not just vehicular connection. It's not just bike paths. It's not just walking trails. It's emotional connection. And that's what creates a community. And we're here, we're committed, but we also understand our role to be stewards and looking forward to generations to come. They're here with us, but generations to come beyond us. We take that role of stewardship very seriously in how we're thinking about all of our projects, not just here. And so to all of you, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your intellect. Thank you for caring so deeply about the work and, most importantly, the people that you're impacting each and every day. So we are pleased to be here. We are thrilled to be a part of this. And Catherine, to you, we all understand that behind every great team, there is an incredible family support that stands behind all of us. So thank you to you. Thank you to Whit. You have the greatest third base coach. I think he's retired. And thank you to you, Elizabeth, for all that you bring to our family as well. So we are thrilled to be here and look forward to coming back and cutting. We will all be here a lot between now and then, but we really look forward to cutting ribbons and moving ahead. So thank you all.
All right. We were down to one last speaker, and then we're going to knock some stuff down. And with that, our final guest really does not need an introduction in DeKalb County. When I first met with CEO Thurmond in his office in the earliest days of our process to acquire this mall, he looked across the table at me and he said, we got to show people in the world that DeKalb can do big things. Well, Mr. CEO, we're doing some big stuff back here behind us, and it's because of your leadership and your vision and how you've run this county for the last 8 years that we're in a position to be here today. We appreciate your leadership and your vision within the county, the staff, all the way down. We are going to miss you. You leave behind a tremendous legacy, some tremendous shoes to fill, too, CEO-elect. With that, a great partner for Lulah Hills and my fellow Gamecock, CEO Michael Thurmond.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning. First of all, to Herbert, to Edens, Jody, Board of Commissioners, Presiding Officer, Marita Davis Johnson, elected officials, members of this amazing community, DeKalb County employees, the Planning Commission, our County Attorney's Office, especially to Dorian DeBar and Decide DeKalb. Victory has many fathers and mothers, but failure has been and always will be an orphan. Today we celebrate this victory because of the commitments, the investments that have been made by people who are here, and then hundreds and thousands of others who are not. We are here today because DeKalb County, because Lulah Hills represents and provides clear and compelling evidence to all who may disagree that across DeKalb, this county has been reborn, revitalized, re-energized. DeKalb County, from Pullman Yards to the Assembly to now Lulah Hills, major economic development projects are taking place. And they are taking place because of you and because of taxpayers who may never visit Lulah Hills. This is an investment, Dorian mentioned it, $70 million in infrastructure. We often marvel at the shiny new structures, as we should, but one of the biggest mistakes we made as a county is that we abandoned investment in our water and sewer system. That has been a major error, and this project would not be close to fruition or ongoing but for our recognition that what goes underground determines what goes above the ground. So I thank you, I celebrate you. We came together. That's all right, I can talk through it. We came together. I'll come closer. We came together, north, south, east, and west. Black folk, white folk, Hispanic, Asian. The reason it took us so long, folks, is that we could not embrace and understand that when any of us succeed, all of us succeed. Lulah Hills is about this community, but it's about all of us. And for anybody who still questions the character, determination, the brilliance of what is DeKalb, you better look around. This is evidence, irrebuttable evidence, that we have risen to the challenge. And I am so proud, as we get CEO Cochran Johnson in a few months, that we will leave it a heck of a lot better than we found it. And I am convinced that this is just the beginning. Herb, thank you for keeping your word. Give him a hand. When we talked, when we engaged, we always kept his word. Not just on this project, but we worked together to revitalize Topo Hill. Let's give Topo Hill. Thank you, and God bless you. And these sludge, are those like 10 pounds or 20 pounds? 6 pound sludge hammers. That's my size. Y'all, we gonna do this done.